Okay. Turn me up a little bit. Oh, you know it's about to happen. We all good. We going in. Count it off. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. I'm a real life go-getter, baby. I'm a go-getter. You think it's a game, I ain't playing with them. Face to face, toe to toe with them. No more time for talking. Put them in the coffin. Anybody roll with them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. Top chef, yeah. Back in the kitchen, whipping up a dish to kill the competition. Yeah, intermission over, now it's back to business. Genie in the bottle gave me 3 wishes. Woo. Wish 1, wish 2, I ain't need a 3rd. Didn't even need a 2, I just kept it on. The powers opposites is in my uniform. And got a mystique to me like a unicorn. Can't you see the hunger in my eyes? As I'm staring at the people on the other side. Like I'm walking around with a loaded 45 finger on the trigger, it could go off in here anytime. Bow, bow, ain't no warning shot. If you hear that pistol pop, it's a man down. And I tried to tell them last time, but I guess they didn't want to listen. Now listen what they saying now. I'm a real life go-getter, baby. I'm a go-getter. You think it's a game, I ain't playing with them. Face to face, toe to toe with them. No more time for talking. Put them in the coffin. Anybody roll with them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. Simple as it might seem, it's a complicated situation. You can't handle it if you ain't got the patience. Process of elimination, narrow down, liquidate. Yeah, cleaning up my house for a dinner date. At the dinner table with my dinner plate. Eating 2 steaks, repping 2 states. I think it's time to renovate. I need a bigger space. My own lane on the interstate. Private plane and a runway. And a fine flight attendant that'll get down with it both ways. I don't even take a suitcase. I just get the way I'm going, get out looking for the new thing. Try to show you how I do things. So it won't be no surprises when I come through like the Wu-Tang. Cause I came to bring the pain. But it ain't gonna be no method to my madness, man. Know what I'm saying? I'm a real life go-getter, baby. I'm a go-getter. You think it's a game, I ain't playing with them. Face to face, toe to toe with them. No more time for talking. Put them in the coffin. Anybody roll with them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. I'm a real life go-getter, baby. I'm a go-getter. You think it's a game, I ain't playing with them. Face to face, toe to toe with them. No more time for talking. Put them in the coffin. Anybody roll with them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. Okay. Turn me up a little bit.
Hey, it's another episode of the Donnie and Anthony Show, the DNA Show, because the DNA stays black and blue between us, because we're that much the Carolina Panthers fans. And today, as always, Donnie, Anthony from the DNA Show, and we're here to talk right after this. If you've seen it, Arizona Cardinals at Carolina Panthers, man, this was the Sam Mills game, the game that is supposed to show everyone this is why we are called, this is why we say, this is why it's on the inside of every collar of every jersey. There it is right there. You can see a little bit. Keep pounding. This was the keep pounding game. And to honor Sam Mills, who played for us, coached for us, and passed away from cancer, and gave a famous speech, a keep pounding speech to his near and dear to especially me and Donnie's hearts. But before we get into it, I do want to show what they did, something that they did special today at the Bank of America Stadium, which is the Sam Mills game you see there. If you notice in the end zone, the old retro logo right there, and even in the middle, in the Panthers logo in the middle was the old retro Panthers logo. To give it that old school feel, you see right there, that scratchy like jungle, you know, font that was we would like to keep with a black end zone, of course. So, and that was the Sam Mills game. That's what Bank of America looked like today, and on that very field where they played Arizona Cardinals for in remembrance of Sam Mills. Let's see what the boys in blue did, starting with the offense. So first of all, I'm going to go through the stats. So Baker Mayfield, 22 of 36, 197 yards. He threw a touchdown, but he doubled that touchdown rate through 2 interceptions. That's a 5.5 average per completion. Ended the day with a rating of 61.9. He was sacked twice, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Donnie, it was about 5 or 6 batted balls at the line of scrimmage.
Correct.
That's just this game. Just this game. Just having trouble with that the first 4 weeks of the season. So we'll move on. We'll get back to Baker. The man who's worth every penny to me and to Donnie, that young man, Deuce Deuce, C-Mac as they call him, the Carolina Panther. That's what I'm going to call him today. Only wanted to do anything. 8 carries, 27 yards, is 3.4 of average. It's not that great on the ground, but he had 9 receptions for 81 yards and a touchdown towards the end of the game. So, I don't know. Now let's look at offense as a whole. We were 2 for 10 on third down efficiency. And I was even texting Donnie back and forth. The first 2 drives, we were 3rd and 1. Still couldn't get it done. Went for 4th down, and we only got it done 1 of the 3 times. 1 for it on 4th down. I tell you what, and then one time on 4th down, we went for a fake punt, and Hecker looked better than Baker did on the one play than he had all day. Put him in. 220 yards total today. That's 110 less than Arizona, who had 330. We were 1 for 1 in the red zone, which means we only made it once. To the red zone area, we only made it once all game. And I think I saw that we had a total of 11 drives. 11 drives, made it once. The defense matched us and made it. The same amount of times that the offense made it. And we had a total of 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions by Baker, and 1 mishandling between him and his old teammate, Higgins. But on the other side of the ball, defense, I want to check out real quick. Like I said, had an interception return for a touchdown, which was by Luvu. Luvu also led the team in tackles, 11 total. And Arizona's offense was 2 for 5 in the red zone. Pretty good stand by defense, we'll say, and Brian Burns walked away with a sack. So that there, as a whole, is what we did as a team. So back to us here. Donnie, you can see it all over his face if you look. One person on TikTok said, I just finished watching it. It was a tough one to watch. Fire Matt Rule. I believe we agree. I believe we agree, sir. So I know you got a lot to say. I can see it. I've already kind of heard before we went live here, but all I'll say, and I'll hand it to you, and I even hate to say it because it's with no disrespect added to it, but Sam Mills is rolling over in his grave. What a game to pick. Should have did it last week. Should have been Sam because he played for the Saints. Yeah, so maybe kind of a double dip there. Oh man. So where are you pointing fingers? Where's the problem lie? What do you think, sir?
I'm going straight for the head. I'm going to David Tepper. This is his fucking problem. 4 years we've had under his leadership. Guess what? We haven't won a fucking playoff game. We haven't been above 500. 4 years.
Yep.
We're like a poverty franchise to me, personally speaking. I mean, it's a 4 year, for a 4 year long drought. But I know the obvious answer is the coach come tomorrow morning. I don't know if Tepper's going to do it. I don't know what more he needs to see that he fucked up in his hiring. He's now officially 11-26. I want to say. Baker played like shit. Everyone pick on Cam by his balls being batted down. Baker had 5 or 6 batted down today. He's missing high again. He's fucking missing away. He can't get it together. But I think that, like I said, the obvious answer is, some people would say it's Baker's fault. You look at it, how many times have I said it? Not only 4 long years of just drought of winless football. But under Matt Rule's tenure as the head coach, man, we've had 4 quarterback projects and they've all fucking failed. All fucking failed. And it looks like to me that we have not only a coaching issue, but a ownership issue. We got an owner who refuses to admit that he's wrong. We got an owner that, like I said, I've seen motherfuckers get fired for less. Get fired for less, man. We've had this dumb motherfuckers on the sideline calling plays, sending out the same bullshit unit that can't get it done. You sit Rashard Higgins for 3 weeks, then you put him in on a fucking reverse package. He fumbles. You sit there and you want to be aggressive for trading Baker Mayfield all fucking offseason. You get him and he looks like shit. You get, and if someone has the audacity to blame the defense for today's loss, go fuck yourself. Like they're on the field. They're on the field nearly as much as as many hours a week as we fucking work. 40 hours a week. They were like there. It seemed for eternity. And forgive me for saying go fuck yourself. It's kind of rude, but that's such a sign of looking at it. One positive thing that I took out today, outside of the fact that Christian McCaffrey's worth every single damn penny, as you alluded to, and that he's a franchise player. We got a motherfucking baller by the name of Frankie Louvu.
Yes.
On that defensive side of the ball. If we let him go, I'm going to be livid. He's outplayed Shaq Thompson. He's a far better player than Shaq Thompson. You got to think Frankie Louvu was like a rushing linebacker. Frankie wasn't, known as a, can do it all linebacker. He can now cover. He can now you're good. He can now jump routes. His instincts are just up here. He knows where the ball is. Who gives a fuck about the penalty committee? He's frustrated, of course. Who wouldn't be frustrated? You're out there trying to get God knows how many stops because your offense is shit in the bed all fucking day long, man. Like, excuse my French, guys. As a lifelong Panthers fan, I can speak for myself. And I won't speak for Anthony, but I'm sure Anthony would agree. This is starting to get tough to watch. I'm tired of coming on these lives talking about what we could do better. There's nothing we could do better besides start this whole fucking thing over. Wash your hands of this not ownership, but wash your hands of this coaching regime, man.
Yeah.
You give him a whole chance to reinvigorate his offensive staff, his defensive staff, the defensive staff isn't bad at all. I think it's more of an offensive thing, of course. There's no question now how good this defense can really be. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that we're about to sit here and wash away yet another season where our defense has been top 10. We're going to wash it down the fucking drain because we can't move the ball in offense. We can't sustain a drive. We can't get these guys involved. The only person that has consistently been involved has been Christian McCaffrey. How we cannot get our $63 million fucking receiver and DJ Moore involved, I don't know how.
Yeah.
This is bad, man. I guarantee you, I'll tell you one thing. You put DJ Moore in the Kansas City Chiefs, that motherfucker's up there top 5 in the league.
Agreed.
We're going to shit away. We always do. If you look at some of our players, they usually go to other places and ball the fuck out. And I'm afraid if something happens to Chin, if something happens to Brian Burns, if something happens to DJ Moore, if something happens to Louvu if he's gone, They're gonna go other places to fucking ball, man.
Yeah.
We're like at this point, we're at as a franchise, we're like gatekeepers for certain players.
Yeah.
We allow themselves to get good film on there, and then when it's time to go get paid, they get paid and they fucking continue to ball out. James Bradbury did this shit after he left Carolina.
Yep.
And had his first in New York, was an All Pro. What are we fucking doing? What are we doing? Why has it taken 26 fucking losses for us to understand that we have a coaching problem? We take risk on these guys who are on the cusp of trying to save their careers as quarterbacks, and they shit the fucking bed every time, every fucking time. And I'm sure the offensive play calling plays a role in it. And this is a bad franchise right now, and it breaks my heart to say it. I know I said it easily, but I've harped on it for roughly 4 years. Currently, this is one of the this is the worst this franchise has looked over an extended amount of time. We've usually kind of bounced back in a certain way, but this ain't it, man. So we better fucking get his ass, meaning Matt Rule's ass, up out of here. There's no more time for trying to fix it. There's nothing that can be fixed. Baker has mechanic problems. Baker can't hit nobody with pressure in his face consistently. Baker can't get his star players involved. Matt Rule's lost, man. But I'll give the floor back to you, man. There's so much more I could say, but I would take 4 time. So,
man, you just mopped the floor with our whole organization, and I love it. And everything you say is 100% complete truth. I'm gonna get here to we're on TikTok. We're live on TikTok as well. Also, I'm seeing a lot of fire. Matt Rule. Trevor says, honestly, we need a new head coach. No offense to Matt Rule, but we need a different scheme.
All of that Rule. Fuck that. All offense to that motherfucker. You get paid almost $70 million, and not $70 million. All offense to that motherfucker.
Right.
All right, man.
Guys, if you want to hear the whole podcast, you go to our YouTube. Sorry, well, TikTok is live is there as well. But go to our bio here on TikTok, follow it to YouTube, and you can hear the whole podcast. So because me and Donnie are in different areas. Someone says, Jason Tripp, Rule needs to go. Ben, how does McCaffrey only run the ball 8 times?
Because he's not on the field.
Yeah.
He's on the field.
Right.
They're doing the running for us.
Somebody asked, how's Baker treating y'all? Not very good. He can go back to where he came from. But yes, everyone, if you're on TikTok, the link in the bio. You can't hear Donnie because we're not together on this live. We're on YouTube live. So link in the bio. Follow it to YouTube. Join us here. Chat with us on there as well. So, but thank you for the follow here on TikTok. So back to the show here. Yeah, man. It's a poverty franchise, to be honest. You hit the nail right on the head. Defense can't do it all. They can't. And if I haven't listened to the press conference yet, but if Matt Rule throws that defense under the bus again, I don't know. Somebody needs to find them and choke them. They're doing all they can, man, and it's so sad to see such a talented defense, go to waste and look like they do. They're so tired. They're so tired. They're getting, as soon as they sit down and grab a water, the half of them, there's 11 guys, before they even get a water in their hands, they got to get right back out there. They're tired. So you saw a little bit of that frustration from Louvu towards the end there. He got a flag for like unnecessary roughness. But I like the dog in him. Love the dog in him. All those guys. But the Chin never came back, did he? Yeah, because Hartsfield came in. Yeah.
That's another dog too. I think Chin would have played his ass off today as well.
Yeah, agreed.
JC played good. See, we haven't heard JC's name a lot, which is a great thing. It means he's doing his fucking job. So, very, very proud of the way JC's bounced back from that pretty bad foot injury. Man, he's gonna be. Only God knows if we keep him. Only God knows what the hell's gonna happen. I don't know what happens. So I hope we keep him too, man. I love JC. I know you do too, man. And,
yeah.
I love him a lot, man. And he doesn't deserve this. Christian does. All the guys who are great ball players for us, they don't deserve this shit, man. Christian's prime is literally being wasted. It's been wasted. Like, he's had one season where he was actually in the playoffs, and that was with Cam and all of us back in 2017, and against New Orleans. And that was back when being underutilized. So poor fuck.
Just speaking of New Orleans, last week me and Donnie were actually there at the game in the end zone. We had a great time, and we saw in person what this franchise and what the fans can do when we start winning. And that was just one win. That was just one win. We were so happy to win. The place was nice. We met other podcasters. But shout out to Keep Pounding TV, Big Cat. He showed us a whole lot of love. Very nice guy. And so if you want to check out some more Panthers podcasts, Keep Pounding TV or Panthers Uncensored is what he does. We saw another. We actually saw PNP Panthers Nation podcast. They were walking, but he was on the phone. We didn't want to interrupt him, but we were trying to talk to him. We also met the super fan Catman Jr. His father, Catman, is a Panthers legend, season ticket holder, and our biggest super fan. So, and we talked to Catman Jr. Very nice. So one day he's down. He's going to be on the podcast with us, and so we'll have that here soon for you. So just wanted to ask Donnie, because even during the game, because you're a lot better with this and the deep thought than I am. At what point? Let me ask you, in your opinion, what point do you say it's the coach or it's the players? I want to say one thing. Somebody I work with came to me and said, "Well, you can't be that mad at everyone because you know the first 4 games of the regular season is kind of like a preseason anyway because your starter doesn't play in the preseason." And I said, "Yeah, go tell that to the Bills. Go tell that to the Bengals and tell them, oh, the first 4 games don't really matter." Because let me tell you, this team is not built. I want to say to him, this team is not built to come from behind and 0-4. No team is really. You can't go 0-4. Okay, they don't matter. Let's say they go 0-4. So the rest of the games you got to win. No, that's no. We need to fire on all cylinders week 1. Matter of fact, we need to fire on all cylinders from preseason. We need to show something. So but anyway, so yeah, at what point, Donnie, would you say it's the coaches or it's the players or both?
I, I think over these last 3 years, we've had quite a bit of players roll in and out of here. The ones who play well, they're just super talented. The ones that play bad, I think a lot of it's poor talent awareness, lack of better phrases. Had a lot of guys come in this organization in the last 3 years who shouldn't even be on the NFL field.
Yeah.
I think I know some people might call me simple. It's a Matt Rule thing. You don't sit here and burn up the fucking phones about a Baker Mayfield and him shit the bed like this. That's poor talent. And I'm not saying Baker's bad. He's had 1 or 2 good years. I mean, he's got what it takes, but he's also not. For instance, all right, I'm going to show you why I blame it on coaching. You know what we did in the preseason? Not only did we not play our starters, but when we did play our starters, you know what we did? We had our first string offense of our quarterbacks taking reps with third strings. Like we're in high school, like we're doing JV. Yeah. We've had we've been lost at the line of scrimmage. We've ran a star player like Christian McCaffrey with the game sealed away and he ended up getting hurt. We've called double timeouts before. We're just playing. I don't know. We're not built to win. And I think year 3 we should be. For instance, you know what Cliff? Actually, no, I ain't gonna go Cliff. You know what Sean McVay did in his second year?
What's that?
He took him deep into the playoffs. His second year.
Yeah.
Because you know what he did? He was smart. He said, "I'm a young, unproven coach. I need to hire a very proven." I always use this example all the time. This is how these owners need to start conducting these meetings. Sean McVay went out. His first thing he ever did as head coach once he was signed, he went out and got Wade fucking Phillips, which is arguably the greatest defensive coordinator of all time. He is the defensive coordinator who schematically beat us in the Super Bowl, man, with that stacked Denver Broncos team. That's what good head coaches do. They don't hire fucking their best friend. I ain't talking about Phil Snow because Phil Snow's proved his worth, but you bring in unproven Joe Brady. You bring in his homeboy, last name Nixon or something like that, who called plays last year. You bring in just these fucking guys who he knows from different places, and it's showing. Like we have no threat. When our offense jogs out there on the field the last 3 years, people fucking laugh at us.
Yeah.
People, it's like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Well, we'll give these 21 points, and we'll dare them to score on us. And we fail to do that. This offense has just been horrible, man. It's been and I'm gonna give Big Cat his I'm gonna give him his flowers here, because I even felt this. I don't know if I told you this when we were at the game last week. I was very hyped when the defense got on the field because I knew we had some motherfucking dogs that were ready to go get that ball out. They wanted to make a statement. They wanted to get that home win, the first one in the year that we needed to get. It was electrifying when the defense was on the field. If you noticed, the crowd, the aura changed as soon as the offense strided out there.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt demoralized because I did. I mean, what are they gonna do? 3 and outs, turnovers, 3 and outs. You heard today that's another thing. These fans are speaking. They're fucking booing. They're fucking booing in the quarter.
Yep.
And if you're good at like a head coach, for instance, like look at the Lions. They're playing for him. They're probably not the best team on fucking paper, but guess what? They're playing for that motherfucker Dan Campbell.
Yep.
It's coaching. It's coaching, but it's also some of these players too. Yep. Baker Mayfield probably after this will end up being a backup somewhere. I don't see Baker being a starter anywhere else. Right. Matter of fact, Doug, practically almost the same Jacksonville Jaguars team, they're now looking like a fucking threat out there in the AFC. That's what I'm saying. Change the culture. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. After.
Yep. You're right. They don't have the offensive firepower like we did when Cam Newton was here. Because you believed him in, we knew what he could do. He was self-proven, and he got I bet you guys are missing all that shit you've talked about Cam Newton, all these Panther fans too, talking all that junk. I even kind of disagree with you because we talked to Catman Jr. Very nice guy, but he said we needed to move on from him. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he still can play ball. He can play ball better than this. Tell you that. He found a way
here, even though the offense wasn't killing it through the air, he was still finding a way to get in the end zone with his legs. And
there's the difference. He found a way to score no matter what, and he found a way to keep pounding. So,
do you? Let me ask you this, and forgive me. I want to further this discussion just a little bit longer if we got some time. I don't know if you noticed today we were the 31st ranked passing offense in the league. When have we ever been that within like the last 7 years? Yeah. That's fucking embarrassing. With all these weapons around, we're 31st in a motherfucking league. Even with Christian McCaffrey, even with DJ Moore, even with Robbie Anderson, even with a Terrence Marshall Jr., who is another reason why I think Matt Rule's a fucking dumbass. He should be leaving. He's not fucking playing. You got LaVisca. We're not threatening these fucking players. We're not threatening these teams. We're not a threat. That's fucking poor coaching. We don't come out here prepared. We're not coming out here to rip anybody's head off. We're not coming here to defend our home turf. We're fucking soft.
Yeah.
I know I said it as a damn 240-pound fucking piece of shit who works a 9 to 5. But I mean, anyone can tell you. I'm sure some of the players will, hey man, we're not a good football team. And that's been bothering me. And I'll say one last thing, and I'll let you ride. I think our needs to be an offensive-minded head coach. We've got to get some vigoration in this offense. We've got to get an offensive-minded savant to run this fucking football team. We've got to, man.
I agree.
The time is go get our quarterback. The time is now, man. The time is fucking now. Honestly, if you want to be honest with me, I don't even think we need to fully rebuild. We go get a rookie quarterback in this draft, pair him up with a quarterback whisperer like a Jim Caldwell, who I've been speaking about for the last two years now.
Yeah.
Go get him, who's had a great resume of working with the greats like Peyton Manning and so on. Let him work with him. He worked with Matt Stafford also, took the fucking Lions to the playoffs, something that hardly no one's been able to do since last, 20 years. Get a fucking coach like that, and then he's gonna hire a great staff around him. I'm telling you, man, just watch, man. Just watch. If something like that were to happen, watch the turnaround.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
For sure. for sure. But back to Cam. Joe in the chat says we would have a ring if he would have jumped on that fumble. Just saying. Go ahead.
No, we wouldn't have.
Simple as that. No, we wouldn't have.
All right. So the common thread all of that game was simply we couldn't move the ball because they number one those pass rushers were going to blow up our fucking undrafted free agents at tackle. They're going to blow up that fucking third round fucking pick. Dude, there is a fucking video. If you ever want to get bored, if you're ever bored at work, if you're ever bored at the house, your fucking wife's gone, or you're a single man, you're alone, you're chilling, no one's on the fucking game. Go watch a video. It's on someone's Twitter. Just type in Michael or Super Bowl sliding. This motherfucker is getting bull rushed so hard his fucking turf cleats are sliding on turf like he's ice skating. You think?
No.
No.
Yeah. And Rimmer's on the other side, not doing any favors.
All on me. It's all on me. It's screaming Panthers. I'm diehard Panthers. You gotta be real, bro. That fumble wouldn't have changed shit.
Yeah.
Would have been third and long.
Yeah, and if he would have actually, I think it might have. I think it was third, and would it have been third? I have to go back. I think it would have been fourth down, and we would have punted.
Yeah, third or fourth. Well, would have been a third or fourth and long, which is harder.
Yeah.
Converting like that. That Super Bowl's not on Cam, man.
That one play does not. Oh, he fumbles. Oh, we recovered. That's it. They're giving us a ring. That's not how that works.
No,
so I'm
it's
not even going to go into that because I'm not going to go into it anyway. So I've been kind of missing. I had my settings wrong, but some people have been talking to us on YouTube. Joshua says. Joshua Johnson, hope you're still around. I'm finally getting to you. Man, we're going to waste some of the best young talent we've had in years to a piss poor head coach. Now, Arnold
Agree.
has too much pride to admit he's wrong and fire his ass now. Biggest clown show in the NFL.
I've been fucking saying that shit.
Well said.
Good. Great response. Thank you. I'm glad someone sees it from the same perspective.
Right.
I'm not one of told you so, but I've been saying that same exact shit. We're going to waste away this top tier defense with all these young. And I'll give it to Scott Fitter. He's drafted well, and he's kind of had his hands dealt in a really bad way because who the fuck are you going to draft this year? But we also got to remember there's also Matt Corral who could probably come around and kind of thug things out for next year. We didn't even get a chance to fully see him play. But, that's my biggest fear. Dudes getting big-time contracts or having a trade offer that you can't resist, and then, boom, now we got to start over. So,
Yep.
A lot of pride that could be wasted if we don't make a change soon.
Yep. I totally agree. And Joe Diddy, I saw what you did there. He says, who do you blame more, Matt Rule or Baker Mayfield? I think you went into that earlier. Matt Rule. He also says, Baker has no business being a starter after his time in Cleveland. Trading for Cooper Rush is the best for our franchise.
No matter who we put at quarterback, we're at a bad spot because it's showing that Matt Rule can't work well with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I Teddy did his thing for a little while, but guess what? He couldn't close games. Guess what? Sam Darnold, after you took away his first reading his check down, he's fucked. You bring in Mayfield, who's throwing off his back foot, can't hit anyone on the numbers. You're fucked. He can't work with quarterbacks. We can go get Patrick Mahomes right now. We'd stroke. Yep. His offense is vanilla, and this coaching staff is just fucking piss poor offensively. Yep. We don't know what we're doing.
It does. It starts at the top, man. So Joshua Johnson also said, just call us the Temple Panthers for all the damn Temple and Baylor players he brings in. Right.
Yes. Matt Rule still got friends that are fucking donors at Baylor. Hey, man, I did you this favor while I was at Baylor. I loaned you, $1 million. Let my son try for the team. Let him make it. Like Steckenberg, that's sorry, motherfucker. That center, I mean, right. Bravion.
So I'm not going to open the phone lines tonight. Joe says, "Did you see DJ Moore wants out of Carolina?" I don't know if that's true. Oh, you're talking about with the trade to Chiefs? He said it's the Baker curse. I don't think that's a true report. We're not going to go off of that until that's like.
I wouldn't blame him if he did. Fuck me.
I wouldn't blame him, but I don't think he's there yet. DJ, I think DJ knows. I think the team knows he doesn't want to admit it, but Matt Rule's on his way out, but you got to think there are people people like DJ and Christian and all these guys, are they ready to go through another? I'm not going to say rebuild. We're out of the rebuild phase, like Donnie said earlier, but just a whole nother experiment at your most important position on the field. Yeah. So
That comes with the right hire. You hire the right motherfucker, and we're back in. And we might have to. And honestly, you can still win with a rookie quarterback. It just depends on who molded him in college, who is that coach, and who is offensive coordinator, who his head coach is going to be coming in the league. It can work, but I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he wanted out. I mean, his prime's being wasted. Christian's prime's being wasted, man. We're just a shit franchise right now. I hate it for Mr. Stan Mills, for his family. That breaks my heart, man. 'Cause we didn't keep pounding today. The defense did, and I know he's probably happy about that. But this offense, man, I saw a bunch of sluggish ass bullshit, just sluggish.
Yeah,
all the sluggish.
It was embarrassing for sure. Embarrassing. Is there? Let me ask you this, Dad. Is there any coach in college that would be ready for the NFL? Also, Joe asked on the backside of that says in 2 years we need. Well, he didn't ask, but he says in 2 years we need to tank for Arch Manning. All right. Joshua Johnson, would Eric from KC or Kellen Moore from Dallas intrigue you, or do you think they're a diamond in the rough, or do you think there's a diamond in the rough somewhere else? So I know I just asked you like 15 questions. So first, is there I'm sorry, is there a coach in college that you think is ready for the NFL that you wouldn't mind too much taking a chance on, like an Alabama guy or Clemson or one of those big ones? And then right after that, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Answer that. Then
I was going to go ahead and do the process elimination. Absolutely not. I'm not all. This right here has ruined my taste of college coaches. And historically, they haven't really worked.
Sure.
So Pete Carroll failed his first time. There's some other coaches. Nick Saban failed his first time. Some of the great college coaches who did great things failed at the next level, and I don't think we need to try to be the next team to fuck up again. We just fucked up.
Right. But he says, would Eric from KC or Kellen Moore from Dallas intrigue you? And do you think there's a diamond in the rough somewhere else?
I don't mind Eric Bieniemy, and I don't mind Kellen Moore, but at the same time, if I'm going anywhere, I want a former head coach who's had experience, like a Sean Payton.
Yeah.
I hate to say, I'm not fucking being a secretive Saint supporter, but I got to give credit when credit's due. Sean Payton, hell of a fucking job in New Orleans, saving a career like Drew Brees's and finding these young studs at quarterback and at receiver, running back. I think honestly, you back up the Brinks truck for a guy like Sean Payton, or honestly one of my favorite coaches of all time. Who is super slept on, man. You guys need to do your homework on Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell's a fucking hell of a coach, and I think his work and in Detroit speaks volumes. Taking that team like that, who was one of the most impoverished franchises in NFL history, man, taking them to the playoffs and nearly getting a win, says a lot. Matt Stafford has some good years under him. You put him in a situation where he could build his team again. Probably learned a lot more about how much the game's changed. I think it worked fine. So for me, it's either Peyton, Jim Caldwell, who I really hope we can hire, or we got to look at one of these like a Bieniemy. I wouldn't mind a Bieniemy. I don't know what everyone's problem is with not wanting to hire him. I don't see. There's a lot of good shit out there in Kansas City. Done a lot of good things. Kellen Moore, I'm not sold on that motherfucker. He's an offensive-minded genius, but can he manage an entire team and get a team fired up behind him? We don't know that yet. So
that's kind of what I like. There you go. That's Donnie's specialty, man. He knows the insides and outs like that. So you guys are coming to the right show to hear. Yeah,
I appreciate it.
The smartest stuff. Let's see. Morgan's boyfriend Fire rule, he says on TikTok. We agree, sir. It's probably about time. Um, so, but like I was saying, not going to open the phone lines tonight. We've had a lot of interaction between YouTube and TikTok here. So, with that being said, everything. Let's start putting it away and exit stage left, and we're going to hit you right here with our final thoughts. So, final thoughts: Cardinals at the Panthers, defeated 26-16. Final thoughts here. This is one of the best defenses I've seen in Panthers history. Talent wise, stats wise, dog wise. 2015 might be their only competition. 2003 was those guys. That was a team of, man, just dogs coming out and no one knew. Well, Panther fans knew, but anyway, it's sad that these guys play so hard. Guys like Luvu, Chin, Burns. I mean,
AC.
yeah, JC, Dante. And on the offense side of the ball, as Donnie said, it's too many projects, too many failed coaching schemes, and well, we'll try this. No, we'll try this. Oh, we'll try this. And will become a laughing stock of the NFL. And this one really hurt because it was the honor, one of the greatest Panthers of all time, and the whole reason why we say keep pounding. It was to honor him, and to walk away with a win would have felt good, and we still couldn't get it done against a team that we beat often. It's an embarrassment, and that's all I can say. The Carolina Panthers are just I can't even say the Carolina Panthers because that's putting the players down. Well, there's a couple that need to be taken out back and tied up. Metaphorically shot in the head. Not for real. I'm not saying kill them. Jesus Christ, let's not go down there. But I'm saying player-wise, they ended their career metaphorically. Man, I can't even come out the words. Today was embarrassing because it was supposed to represent what we are as a franchise. On a guy who kind of created this whole keep pounding, and as I said last live, it's more than just a logo. It's more than just a motto. It's a way of life, and we couldn't even live by it. So it's like having a cross tattooed on your body and then doing devilish things. You're doing the opposite. So, last thoughts, sir. What do you think? What needs to be fixed? What's your thoughts altogether? Hey.
It's time for Matt Rule to go, man. Today was, I think, the writing on the wall has never been more evident, man. I think today definitely showed that we have an absolute problem with our head coach. Point blank, period. We also have a quarterback problem, but I mean that's been a problem for the last fucking 3 years. Nothing's changed with that. That's why we haven't addressed it in a smart way. Today hurt me to the core just because I wouldn't lie to see Sam Mills play, but what he did for a franchise that I love so much was just treated poorly today with our play. I mean, his legacy, of course, is not tarnished. So it's gonna live forever.
Yeah.
But definitely hurt to see that today because we're supposed to embody the keep pounding mantra. Without Sam Mills, we don't have that embedded in our jerseys. We don't have that pregame, little celebration that we typically do. We don't have the chants. We don't have the keep pounding drum. So if you take away something like that, that leaves us with nothing as a franchise. So I think for the most part, man, I'm hurt. I'm very angry. I've been angry for the past 4 years because I've seen a lot of dumb shit that's went on and that's hurt us fans. And never in a million years would I have thought that our own fan base would be booing us in the third quarter, let alone screaming fire during the game. But it's all warranted now. It's all warranted. I don't want to see a man lose his job because we're all men and you know we have to put food on the table. But this is a different situation. He's set for life. He's got his money.
Right.
He every bit of criticism he gets. I'm a firm believer in the all mental health thing, and you know obviously you shouldn't follow the motherfucker around and wish him death or anything like that. But he needs to be relieved because this is for hardworking people like Anthony and I who spend money to go to these games. I spend money on the merchandises. I've had family members, you know, grant me gifts because I care and I love this team. Anthony can probably tell you every time I go to Bank of America Stadium, it's just a moment for me to settle it all in because I'm so grateful to be there. I'm so grateful to cheer for a team that's made my life very happy. And it's an honor and it's a privilege to be a Carolina Panthers fan, diehard Carolina Panthers fan with that. But my final thoughts is to sum it all up, man. We have a top 10 defense that I think will be wasted once again with such subpar quarterback play and such bad coaching. And I hope in order to save such a talented team, there is talent on this team. I don't care what anyone says. There's a lot of talent in this team. It's just a matter of fixing, you know, replacing a few bad screws that are left unattended to, and replenish with some good ones. Being a head coach, being a quarterback, and some people on the coaching staff. So if there's any way that we can keep these guys that I think will win with a decent head coach, I want to go to whatever extent it is to save a Luvu, to save a J.C. Horn, to save a Christian McCaffrey, to save a DJ Moore. Just all these great players that we have. Or Brian Burns. I want to go to anything or to any extent we can to save him with a great head coach and hire. So this is on you, David Tepper. Most importantly, this is your fucking fault. Why I saw so many blue seats today. Towards the end of the it's your fucking fault, man. And if you want to hire, or you know, or if you want to buy a National Football League team, this is the shit that comes with it. I know you're in a cutthroat business. I know you'll never see this, but if you do, man, you got to step the fuck up, man. This fan base is hurt. We're angry. I'm angry. The key pound of mantra is being spat on upon your actions and your coaching staff that you invest so heavily in. So shame on you. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep pounding. I'm going to keep watching, no matter how fucking horrifying it could be at times, like today. It was hard for me to watch. So final message: just get a new head coach. Let's change the culture back to where it was with the keep pounding mantra. Let's embody it. Let's live by it.
Well said, sir. Well said. Real alone on TikTok says fire rule. He said he was at the game. People started booing Baker at the end. We could hear it, buddy. We could hear it at home too. So I hope you enjoyed at least going to Bank of America. So thanks, my pop says the Bengals all day. wrong cat there, buddy. Screw yourself. So yeah, maybe this is our. Hopefully, this isn't a gruff example, but maybe this is our cancer. Like what Sam Mills went through. He went to press conferences during the Super Bowl sweating. Just came off of chemo, you know, and still kept pounding. Maybe this is our moment to show what we're made of and keep pounding like Sam Mills did. So hey, this show right here is dedicated to Sam Mills. We love you, man. We're going to keep pounding guys like us, players like Luvu, Chin, Christian McCaffrey. I put it on my chest. Just got this jersey. I got one in every color now, thanks to Donnie. Donnie gave me a black jersey as a gift. I'm forever appreciative of J.C. Horn jersey that I got. So thank you, brother. Got this white one at the stadium, and I had a blue one from Luke Kuechly. So I got one in every color now. It makes me very happy. So, just like Donnie said, just like the inside of these collars say, just like Sam Mills always said, I don't care. We're going to keep pounding. And don't forget to keep pounding with us. Hey, keep pounding with us on all our social media pages. You see right there, Instagram and Twitter at Don Ant Show, Facebook and YouTube as you're watching now. Donnie Anthony Show, and even TikTok, which we're live at TikTok now, at Don Ant Show. Follow us, and always, Donnie, Always. Always, always. Tell them.
Keep pounding or what?
That's right. Next week, it may be Donnie on TikTok live by himself. We'll see. We'll work it out. I have a wedding to go to for a friend of mine, but we'll be around next week. Keep pounding for the DNA show. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Turn me up a little bit. Oh, you know it's about to happen. We all good. We going in. Count it off. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. I'm a real life go-getter, baby. I'm a go-getter. You think it's a game? I ain't playing with them. Face to face, toe to toe with them. No more time for talking. Put them in the coffin. Anybody roll with them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. We gon' put that body boom on them. Carolina black and white blue on them. Top chef, yeah. Back in the kitchen. Whipping up a dish to kill the competition. Yeah. Intermission over, now it's back to business. Genie in the bottle gave me 3 wishes. Woo. Wish 1, wish 2. I ain't need a 3rd. Didn't even need a 2. I just kept it going. The powers opposites in my uniform. And got a mystique tipping like a unicorn.